Hello, compliments of the season. Midterm review of the current administration's interventions. Nigerians engage government agencies on key initiatives expected to drive different sectors. On elections, INEC releases final list of voters for the November 8 Anambra governorship election. We'll also review the impact of continuous voters registration exercise across the country, gauging the traffic the exercise has generated. I'm Fisayo Ogunfuyi. This is Political Update. In the course of the week, there was a fusion of politics and governance when President Bola Tinubu met governors of the northeast region of the country, commending them for their collaborative efforts, which he described as a great dedication in the fight against insecurity. The northeast governors were led by Borno State Governor, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum.
Northeast is one of the regions needing timely attention of the president, and from time to time. The fight against insurgency of more than a decade still requires close attention and effort to win the war against enemies of state in the region. But then, with improved efforts, the region is gaining stability and better peace, as well as intervention in mitigating the menace of flood, desertification, and other natural disasters for which the governors thanked the president.
However, the region having suffered so much environmental and developmental setbacks arising from long period of neglect and abandonment, we wish to leverage on Mr. President's renewed hope agenda to reverse these ugly trends.
The governors are also seeking the federal government's support in other areas, including construction of roads across the region, to fast-track their rebuilding efforts.
1. Continued military operations in the shores of the Lake Chad, Dajin Madama, Mandara Hills, Sambisa Game Reserve, Mansur, Yalua, Futuk, Kolmani areas, Karin Lamido Forest, amongst others. Provision of funding to MNCHTF for military operations in the tumbus of the Lake Chad. Completion of ongoing road projects and building of critical roads connecting the state.
They also leveraged the opportunity to pledge loyalty.
Your Excellency, sir, the Northeast governors hold you in high esteem. And all of us, again, all of us have resolved to partner with you in your about determination to provide good governance for Nigeria with a view to leaving behind lasting legacies and landmarks for the country.
President Tinubu, who acknowledged the collaboration of the governors, commended them for their efforts in the resettlement of the IDPs and improvements in the school enrollment.
You've managed well in collaboration with the federal government. The security challenges are getting clearer. We know it cannot be eliminated in just a snap of finger. We've seen development. I see your efforts. I hope you are seeing mine too.
While promising more efforts, the president suggested that the National Assembly will be consulted to consider the possibility of state policing devoid of political interference.
To really look at critical path to that again, and see how we can eliminate those political alliances out of a state police that will be indigenous to the community and provide additional safety buffer and effectiveness. Whichever way it is, I'm not distracted. I am solidly focused, laser focused on what is ahead.
From the State House, Musbah Then Wahab, NC News.
Now, still staying in the Northeast, a town hall meeting in Gombe has declared the first 2 years of President Tinubu's administration as a period of exceptional leadership. Participants at an event organized by the Federal Minister of Information itemized initiatives that they believe are reshaping the country positively.
The town hall meeting themed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu Administration Midterm Report aimed to sensitize the public about the administration's progress, showcasing its commitment to transparency and accountability. Key achievements highlighted during the meeting include educational and agricultural development, healthcare services, security and infrastructure, as well as social investment and the Students' Loan Scheme, which has opened up limitless opportunities for Nigeria's younger generation. According to the speakers, the administration has achieved a remarkable turnaround, evolving the country from a major fuel importer to a leading fuel exporter in West Africa.
If you see the policies the president is putting in place, there are processes that will stimulate the system to be fully alive. Now, what the president made was a debt system across almost all sectors. Definitely, there are a lot of reforms, and I want to urge Nigerians to view the government with a wider microscope. There are a lot of positive things that are going while we know, and the president acknowledged we are under hardship and trial, but this moment will pass.
As regards to the infrastructure and other activities of the federal government that we are witnessing today in Gombe and Northeast as a whole, we can as well say it is on the positive side, because like the giving out the contract or awarding the contract of the railway from Maiduguri to Port Harcourt, we can see that it's going to ease transportation for goods and services, and as well as going to serve as security for us. As well, we look at the issue of agriculture, women empowerment. All these are things that will create sustainability for the development of our people.
Other notable achievements mentioned were the $67 billion increase in the country's GDP and the significant boost in federal allocation to states.
Nigeria has recorded resilient economic growth, with GDP expanding at one of the fastest rates in recent years, while foreign reserves has risen and the fiscal deficit has been reduced.
The town hall meeting featured prominent attendees, including the representative of the Minister of Information and National Orientation, the Gombe State Director of the National Orientation Agency, and representatives of traditional institutions. The event provided a valuable opportunity for participants to gain insight into the policies of the President Tinubu administration. In Gombe, Abbas Mikano, NTA News.
Now, to get an essence of the deliverables of governance and possible impediments on the road to progress, Honorable Simon Uibo, member of the 9th National Assembly, joins us now from Lagos. Honorable, compliments of the season. Thanks for joining us on Political Update. Honorable, can you hear me?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. I don't know if you can hear me too.
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you for joining us today. Now, in terms of timelines, where should we be in terms of the administrative cycles? The stories we've taken are talking about the midterm review. We've been talking about discussions in the Northeast in terms of the interventions of the current administration. To start in terms of your interventions on the program today, you are a board member of the Northeast Development Commission. Are you enthused about some of the projects going on in that part of the country?
Absolutely. And I'm grateful to God that we have this leadership that understands what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, and how seriously these things should be handled. So this gives us a perfect picture. And from what has gone on, from the difficult, stormy weather from where this administration took off from, I think it is fair to have a balanced assessment of how the president has performed so far. He has performed commendably well. And we would like to build on that in addressing all those challenges of security, challenges of transportation, trying to attain food security for the people. And oftentimes, I like to go back to his inaugural speech to look at the promises he has made. And these promises, we are taking them, that's the administration is taking them one by one. I'm happy about what is going on. And all we pray is for us to deepen and broaden it so that it's not something like maybe it's a fluke or it's a passing phase. So I'm really, really, really happy. And I commend Mr. President for saying that he's laser focused on what he's doing and he's not going to be distracted.
All right, you apart from being a former lawmaker, you've been known to be quite vocal when you were in the chambers, and you've seen some interaction, of course, with different sector heads in the executive. You being in the legislature at the time, which areas do you think need urgent intervention, and where can the commendations be given in your assessment where they are deserved?
Well, first, the areas that actually need a little more attention. One is security. We have to address the issue of security to actually achieve the goals set out in his inaugural speech of attaining food security for everyone. And if we're able to address the challenges coming from security, and of course, a lot of them have been addressed, a lot of the leaders of these terrorist groups that have been troubling the nation, a lot of them have been taken out. And I understand what the Office of National Security Advisor is doing. They are coming and handling matters in a methodical form. So for me, security is being addressed. And the other aspect that needs to be recognized, and Mr. President commended, is the aspect of being able to have a stable rate of exchange. And then those who are important, because I remember what one of the major industrialists, the chairman of Abuja Cement, wrote during the second anniversary of this administration, that they no longer spend weeks waiting to see the central bank governor to be able to get allocations. That now they get allocations because you are dealing with a rate of exchange that is predictable. You can use it to project what you are going to do and engage with business. So this one is worthy of recognition and commendation. The other aspect is that Mr. President was able from day one to remove subsidy. It was tough for everyone, but that's what it takes to be a leader. You take difficult decisions, especially when you know that these decisions have the potential to bear wonderful fruits at the end of the day. Today, the governors and even those in the local governments, they are getting more than 3 times what they were getting before Mr. President came to office. So for these areas, there have been positive, developments, and so many other areas, even from the interior, from the aviation angle. But these ones I have just mentioned are the ones that are directly impacting on what we are doing. So we'll focus on them and then enhance access, transportation. As Mr. President has, graciously stated, that the railway line from, Port Harcourt to Maiduguri will be attended. That's the next phase. As we are handling those from Lagos to Kano and all that. So that again, I have told people, when we had railway, when it was working and they were using it to move cattle, it reduced the challenge coming from headers now, clashing with farmers. So I think we are on the right track. And Mr. President deserves recognition of what he's been able to do, commendation and encouragement.
All right, many thanks, Honorable Onigbo. We're coming back to you. Just change track a little bit. I'm talking about elections. Very shortly, we'll come back to this discussion. Now, INEC has released the final list of voters for the November 8th Anambra State governorship election. With the conclusion of the continuous voters registration exercise, the number of eligible voters stands at 2.8 million. INEC assures new voters in Anambra State, as well as those who applied for transfer or replacement of their lost or damaged permanent voters' cards, that their cards will be ready for collection well ahead of the governorship election. Meanwhile, on new associations seeking registration as political parties, 19 more letters of intent have been received by INEC, bringing the total number to 171. Until talking about voting, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says more than 2.6 million Nigerians have registered in the nationwide continuous voters registration exercise, which was running both online and in person. A statement by INEC's National Commissioner and Chairman of Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumekun, the statement says that the figure covers the first 2 weeks of the online pre-registration and the first week of in-person registration. According to the update, 2,532,062 and 62 Nigerians completed their pre-registration online between August 18 and August 31st, 2025. Of this figure, 1,218,482, that is 48.12%, are male, while 1,313,580, which is 51.88%, are female. By age distribution, 1,602,484, which is 63.29%, fall between the ages of 18 and 32 years, while 647,528, which is about 25.57%, are students. Let's now recall a part of the exercise as captured by some of our correspondents nationwide.
In Borno State, the new voter registration has taken on a deeper meaning for many residents, especially those whose voter cards were swept away by last year's flood. Angaju Anagawa says it is a second chance to make the voices of the flood victims count.
You have heard it all. His Excellency has said it, that the local government chairmen are the key players in this very important exercise.
We'll also give you a kind of support, the technical hands that will work with you to register our populace online. You know, most of the, almost I think the system is online, then after which then the physical data capture will also come on board.
In Uyo, Umo Abasi Edet reports that the in-person registration is witnessing a great turnout, with residents in high spirits.
Apart from first-time registration, all the other things people want to do, they can do it online. And for those of them who have Android phone, we are helping them to use their phone to do it.
Abdul Hafiz Alaya from Kwara State says INEC has rallied the support of political parties and other critical stakeholders in the electoral process for the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise in that state.
Appealing to everybody in Kwara State who has a stake in what INEC is doing to provide a safe environment so that our staff can do a good job and provide opportunities for all citizens that are eligible and qualified to register to come out and register.
In Abuja, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
Right, we still have Honorable joining us from Lagos. Honorable, we get to see a lot of people, come to do this CVR and all that. But on election day, most times the numbers don't necessarily add up because of the low turnouts that we get to see. What would you say is responsible for this? And how can we at least get, a marked increase in Nigerians participating on election days?
Well, thank you very much. It's something that we will continue to work on, as a work in progress. Part of it is enthusiasm. From the report we just listened to, it was obvious that those who are between the ages of maybe
it seems as if we have lost Honorable Onuigbo. If we can reconnect with him, we will do that. But let's take quickly one more story before we go. That's in Abuja here. Members of the governing All Progressives Congress Buhari Area Council have staged a solidarity rally to the National Secretariat over what they described as a transparent and just leadership. They were at the Buhari House to counter an earlier protest challenging the victory of Shekwolu Haruna Audi, who successfully emerged as the party's chairmanship candidate for the 2026 Area Council's election.
Firm our support for Honorable Shekwolu Haruna Audi, who transparently elected by party delegates and has been duly issued certificate of return. He remains the authentic APC flag bearer for the 2026 chairmanship election in Buhari Area Council.
We want to reaffirm our position and at the same time to thank the National Working Committee, thank the entire leadership of the APC for doing the right thing. Honorable Shekwolu remains the voice of the people and at the same time the symbol of the grassroots. If we want to progress as people, We have to go back and connect to the grassroots.
We continue to maintain the fairness and also ensure that free and fair elections are conducted on all levels of election, from the councillorship to the chairman of area council or chairman of local government, to the House of Assembly members, to the House of Representative members, that's the National Assembly and Senate, and also to the governors and also the president of this country.
All right, I understand that Honorable Sam Onugbu is back online very quickly because time is not our friend. You were talking about some of the issues why we don't get a huge turnout of voters on the day. And we see other activities, some even find time to take in a match or two on election day. And then we leave the banter to what's happening on social media as against coming out on election day. Very quickly, Honorable.
Well, we'll continue to work on this as work, in progress. The reason I'm saying so is because once people see the benefits of having good governance, they would like to participate in ensuring that their candidate is elected and that candidate owes the mandate is exercising to the power of the thumbs of individuals who have elected them. So we'll continue to work on it, go forward, continue with good governance so as to ensure that people actually come on board.
All right, many thanks to Honorable Simon Onugbu. You have enjoyed the power of the thumb in the past. Hopefully, perhaps, maybe you will also come forward for one or two other opportunities in future. We'll be watching this space. Perhaps we might even join you. No, you don't know what will be happening in the future if we continue to see that the political space continues to be sanitized and good governance continues to prevail. That has been Political Update. Many thanks to Honorable Simon Onugbu from Lagos for joining us. And you for watching and enjoying your holidays. Between now and when we see again, please play your politics for the greater good and keep it locked on Africa's largest and finest Nigerian television authority for news, reviews, previews, and interviews. Bye-bye now.